It's been almost 3 years since I moved to Bali, but has it been worth it to change my whole life basically to be able to live in Bali? I even dropped out from uni and had to find ways to make money online. First, I want to talk about relationships and friendships since I moved to Bali. So basically all of my good friends of course are in Finland, where I'm from, where I lived my whole life. So that is of course a little challenging, but for me what is awesome here that I have been able to meet so many people that are like-minded, that I learned so much from. I saw what is possible in life when it comes to business, like networking in Bali, like in Canggu. It is the best ever, like it's pretty awesome. But of course it has been quite lonely sometimes because those like really good friends you can always trust, they have not been here. I made so many friends that I'm still friends all these years, but they're not always here. People travel, people go to other places. But the reason this hasn't been so problem for me is that I found my dream girlfriend in Bali, and that's something, of course you can find a girlfriend in any country, but I felt like when I moved here there's so many more like-minded people here. I was able to find someone who's like exactly want the same life than I do, so it's really awesome and we just really click and connect so well. So in this case it's not so problem that I don't have my good friends around me, because I can still see them every summer and also call them anytime and text. So yeah, it's not too bad for me, but I can imagine that if you don't have a partner while you are here, it can be quite lonely sometimes, even if you make a lot of friends, because they might not be so close or they might leave. But of course, if you're lucky, you can make friends who also want to live here long term, and that would be of course optimal to have that community of people around you. But yeah, if you followed me for a long time, you know who girl I'm talking about, and it definitely hasn't been easy always. Like you see my breakup video, it has been quite tough sometimes these 2 years I've been with her, but what resulted from that is that I learned so much about myself, so much about relationships, how to be the real man in a relationship. So from being with her, I grow so much as a person. And if you've seen the last few videos, you've probably seen that, yeah, we are back together. I'm super happy about that. And yeah, we are doing so much better now. But yeah, it is of course always challenging when you are together with someone who is from completely different cultures. So that's the challenge that can come if you date the local people in Bali or in Southeast Asia. But yeah, I learned so much. It's totally worth it in my opinion. Like she's an amazing person. So of course, if you can find someone like that, it's really awesome here. So yeah, I would say back home in Finland or in Europe, I would say that it could have been almost impossible to find a person who's as good for me as Grace is. So in that case, and also we had some amazing times, like so awesome times these last few years. We have so much fun together. I finally came to check the most famous coffee shop in Canggu, BGS, so we'll see how the coffee is. But yeah, the second thing is my career. Before I moved to Bali, I was studying engineering in university in Finland. I almost even finished my master's actually. And even if the topic is interesting, I really hated the studying and I didn't really see myself working in that field, like in an office job. And even starting a startup in that area didn't really seem like it would be what I want to do in my life long term. It's really good, but not sure what the hype is about. I guess it's just a vibey place. And since I moved to Bali, I saw all these different ways to make money online and have so many different ways to build my own business and everything. And what I have now, what I learned is that what I really enjoy is making YouTube videos, what I really enjoy to have my own business, so I have my own freedom and everything. So that's what I've been building for the last few years, and I'm really grateful that I moved to Bali and I started this. What I found the last few years, that one of the most important things about my job and career is that I need it to be meaningful, so I feel motivated and excited to do that job for long term. And also I think it's quite good AI-proofed career, because so many jobs gonna be lost the next 10-20 years because of AI, but personal brand and sharing your experience on YouTube, I think that's probably never gonna go away. On the way home, I got quick ginger shot. I'm doing this 1 meal per day fasting thing, and today I just need some energy from the coffee and some health from the ginger shot. But yeah, when you start this completely new life, it can be very hard mentally at times, and that's why I highly recommend checking today's sponsor, BetterHelp. After I moved to Bali, it was quite difficult time for me because I didn't have any stable income and I didn't have any deep friendships yet here. My life seemed so uncertain and I felt so lost and alone with all my problems here. Then I started using BetterHelp, and these weekly video calls with my therapist really supported me during these hard times. I got help with many of these issues I was struggling every day and every week with, and I was finally able to feel more peace and certainty about my future here. Talking to a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give unbiased helpful advice was really a game changer. And what I love about BetterHelp, that is online, so I can do it easily wherever I'm in the world. And you can easily change your therapist anytime without any extra cost, so you can find the one who is the best match for you. And BetterHelp is also more affordable than the traditional options. Already over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to start living healthier and happier life. If you think you might benefit from therapy, check out BetterHelp. Click the first link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/hawks. Using that link helps you support this channel and also gives you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. But now back to the video. The love will never die down. Together we can fly now. One thing that definitely came with this change of life moving to Bali is that all the emotions are kind of more extreme, with happiness and everything also, but also with sadness and any negative emotion. For example, stress. I definitely struggled a lot with stress this last few years. I realized it recently because I was just feeling really bad, as I often do. Just I couldn't really explain. I'm trying to meditate and do all these things and sleep well and exercise and eat well, but still I just wasn't feeling great at all. So I remember hearing about ashwagandha. I got it here for you so I can show. But yeah, I remember hearing about ashwagandha from Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist. And basically it's for stress. Like if you have anxiety and stress a lot, it can lower it quite well. And holy moly, like it actually kind of changed my life. Because I think coming to Bali and not knowing about income and friends and everything, like it was quite challenging time, as I said earlier. Like I needed a lot of help with that in many ways, and even when my business was doing better, I still kind of like that stress never went away. Even when things were better, I guess it's just too much for my body and mind back then, so I never really recovered from that naturally. So actually with ashwagandha I was able to feel more peace, and actually I realized that, oh, this is how I'm supposed to feel. Like I didn't even remember how it feels to be not stressed. Like I was stressed so long, so all the time because of everything that came with this move, that I didn't even realize that I'm stressed because it's just my basic emotion. And I have to say that these extreme conditions these last few years, they definitely led to a lot of personal growth, learning a lot about life and about myself and how I can manage my emotions and how I can deal with many situations, like learning so many tools, or just generally so much personal growth that I definitely would have missed out if I just living in Finland or Europe like my normal life. And of course there's so much still learning to be done and growth to be done, and of course this life, I love that it really gives you opportunity to do that a lot. So yes, like this video if you're liking so far, and subscribe if you want to follow my digital nomad and life journey. And just quick tip, if you want to stay in Canggu and you don't care to be super close to beach, this is quite nice area. It's really peaceful, it's really beautiful rice fields, but it's still close to Canggu. And it can be much more affordable in this area than in the center of Canggu or Pernan where I live. I came to this local cafe for coconut and sunset, and it's really amazing view to the rice fields and even ocean view from this place. And yeah, like that's one thing that has been of course amazing also these 2 years. I experienced so many amazing things, had so much fun, so many experiences. Like it has been crazy because of course when you live in Southeast Asia or in Bali, like there's so much close by, so you can see so much, there's so much to do, so many activities, so many sports, so many everything. There's so much, like your life is so full of everything. And of course also it's really affordable to live here, so you basically end up spending probably less money than you would back home, but your life is so much more interesting and you do so many nice things and your lifestyle is so much better. Like you eat out every day, you just have a really awesome life here. And yeah, life still definitely feels very uncertain and stressful at many times here, but I would say it's definitely worth it for the growth and experiences and everything. And of course, if you're like me, that you just really don't see yourself being happy and like living your best life back home or just doing a traditional path when it comes to career and school and everything, definitely it's at least worth a try. At least you can always probably go back home and live that life again if things don't work out here. But yeah, if that's your thing, like you're like me, I definitely like go for it. Like I wasn't like, I didn't really, when I came here, I didn't have income, I didn't know how to make money. I was just grinding for a few years. It felt like impossible to be able to move to Bali. That was always my dream. But yeah, somehow when I just keep working and keep learning every day, then suddenly I was here. And then suddenly after a few months I actually had an income already. And yeah, it's going better and better every month and every year. So yeah, you can do it also. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope to see you one day in Bali or anywhere in Southeast Asia. I hope you live your best life and see you next week.